Back row ministry of the world premier, Mr. Mahdi, coming back at you live and direct. So, wanted to do a good quality breakdown of the situation that we're in now with Trump definitely being crowned as the God King. We see that we're deeply embroidered in a 27 ritual. We'll talk about the number 27 and its role in this ritual that we are seeing being played out. Trump, of course, looking like 50 Cent right now. I remember 50 Cent survived the shooting and became a man of power, universe. He has the power universe now. Trump pretty much has the power in his hand at this point. So this is paying homage to the firefighter that was killed during the shooting. His company's number was 27. If you see the hat, we get Buffalo and we get Chief. So, of course, Trump trying to be the commander in chief, Buffalo and Comportor. So his name, they say, was misspelled. It's not Compertore. They said it was misspelled, but they never misspell anything. Remember that. They always spell things for a reason. So let's start breaking down some of these numbers that we got. So, of course, Chief is 31, 23, 31, the 11th prime number. So 11, of course, is a master number. So Trump trying to be the commander in chief. We talk about Compertor is the way that they spelt it, but they say they misspelt this name. But Comportor, spelled this way, is 56. We talk about our coronavirus number 56, and it's also Compertore. And it's also 52. So remember, 52 is the number of prophecy. And remember, Prince told people of color before he passed, always just follow the prophecy. And that's what these rituals are about. And remember, this is a checkerboard board production, so these rituals are all about the following of prophecies. Like I say, these guys understand ancient ritual, they understand mysticism, they understand the holy books better than you ever will. So the numbers of prophecy are 52 and 29, and we're going to see these numbers kind of pop up in different variances throughout this ritual. So 52 and 29 are the number of prophecy. Remember the kill numbers. 17, 28, 44, 64. Assassin or assassination. Assassination is 42 and 84. Assassination 84, 42. And make sure we spell assassination correctly. All right, so actually assassination is 43 and 92, 43 to 14th prime. And remember, murder 34, 38, 79. This is under 43. And I think we talk about the number of sacrifice, which is 46, 62. So we're going to see these numbers play out throughout the entirety of this ritual. So we see Trump with the 27. And let's talk about the number 27 real quick. We'll break down the number in two different ways. So the first way we want to look at it is from the checkerboard boy standpoint, the Masonic standpoint. The number 27th or the 27th degree is the Knight Commander. So remember at one point, Trump was calling himself Batman, the Dark Knight. He's the Dark Knight. He was calling himself Batman. You can see, pretty much you can get old videos or old news story when Trump calls himself Batman, the Dark Knight. So the 27th degree is the Knight Commander of the Temple. He's the commander of the temple. So here, the checkerboard boys are taught that in Masonry, it's practical and requires its members to be actively involved in life, which Trump is. Like I say, Trump been a star since I was a kid. They also learned that virtue and duty have been the same in all times. Virtue and duty. Okay, so, you know, Trump talks about when it comes to America, he has a duty to make this country great again. So it's his virtue and duty at this point to make the country great again. So he's the knight commander. He's a knight commander at this point. Okay. We see Buffalo. Remember, we had the Buffalo or the Tops supermarket shooting in Buffalo. And if we go back to Buffalo, Buffalo is 27 and 36. See how we getting these, the energy is starting to vibrate. And vibration is when things start to go together and the numbers start connecting them for the ritual. So, you know, we had the killing of the firefighter, but his energy resonates with the ritual. 27, 36 probably was a checkerboard boy. Like I say, checkerboard boys will wipe themselves out, or we'll see checkerboard boys fall inside of these rituals. So 27, Buffalo 27, you see how the energy keeps flowing. Then we see DRD. Like I say, they give you things for a reason. Always remember, they're going to give you clues. Everything is in the picture. Everything is in the picture. So DRD 17 and 19, this gentleman was killed. 17 is the kill code. 19 is the chaos code. 26 is the God number, but it's also a kill code. But 17 is our most common kill code. 1926, chaos. Anytime we see stories about chaos, watch movies sometime. Watch movies. You're going to see these numbers pop up. You'll see your 17. You'll see your 44. You'll see your 19. When it comes to the first, anything first that has to do with African Americans, you'll see your 42. Just pay attention. All you have to do is look. They don't really hide these things. It's not about them to hide it. So the number of chaos is 19 and 22. So this DRD is 17 and 19 because this is a chaotic situation now. Remember, this is the committee. They like to create chaos and then they bring their order. So Trump is going to bring the order back to America. He's going to make America great again. All right, remember Trump runs on MAGA, which is 13 and 23. The 13 is important because, of course, the shooting happened on 7/13. We'll go to our tools and day calculator. So the shooting took place on 7/13. And if we go from the time of Trump's birthday, which was 6/14/24, to 7/13/24, we get 29 days. And we take it right back to that 29. Prophecy. This is prophecy. This is foreseen, foretold. Remember, this is their reality. It's not yours. They're going to create this reality. This is their production, not your production. So they're going to create the reality. So this happened 29 days after Donald Trump's birthday. He gets shot. 29 days. And they use the number 13. Also with that number 13, you see how 13 is 13 and 7 or 137. 13th day, 7th month. Sometimes we write months and dates that way. So 137 is the 33rd prime. So that takes us to the 33rd prime. And if you know your checkerboard history, the 33rd prime number is the number of the inspector general. So, 33, on that day, you knew something was going to take place. Now, I was paying attention to see if Biden kind of dropped out, but I heard some of like that Jim Maher had said about 8/9, and we'll talk about the significance of 8/9. But definitely, anytime it's a 33 day, something's going to happen. 29 is also the 10th prime number. So 29 plays a role as a prime. All right. So from the picture, Trump is now the night commander. He is Batman. He's the chief. He's the commander in chief at this time. We see the buffalo. We see the comportor. We see all this vibrates to the 27 of the energy of that number 27. So remember, the 13th degree. quick. Royal Ark of Solomon. We talk about King Solomon, Solomon's temple, the mysteries of Solomon, all being a part of checkerboard boy mythology in a way. So, liberty in our mind, our hearts motivated by duty and honor are the lessons of this degree. The apron worn is the purple, bordered with white. So, remember, Prince talked about the purple. We talk about the purple prince, bordered with white and with the Ignacian delta in the center. The jewel compromises a circle of metal of gold. So, we talk about the Royal Ark of Solomon at this point. The Royal Ark of Solomon is 13. And anytime you see the number 13, and we'll talk more about these numbers a little bit differently, but just wanted to give from a checkerboard board definition what these numbers means. So so 27 is an angel number also. Significance, interpretation, and guidance are parts of this angel number 27. 27 angel number means that you may be facing a period of spiritual growth, and that by bringing more balance into your life, you can find your life path. So now you see how Trump kind of changed up his rhetoric. Trump now is about bringing the country together. Remember now, Trump was a lifetime Democrat. That's why he knows so many people. And we'll show pictures of Trump cheesing with Al Sharpton and all these people who talk about him like a dog today. But don't be surprised if Trump takes people back to democratic ways of thinking, old school democratic ways of thinking, because now he's had this life changing, this epiphany, and now he wants to change his life. So he's going into his period of what he's going to let you see it as spiritual growth now. My eyes have been open, you know. All right, we talk about 13. So first, in ancient cultures, we're talking about, we'll go to angel number. So, angel number 13, significance, interpretation, and spiritual guidance. While the number 13 has a reputation for being unlucky, which they like to say, it is actually filled with positive energy. The angel number meaning of 13 can be a sign from your guardian angel that with a pinch of positive thinking, you may manifest your dreams and desire. Number 13 is also considered to be a karmic number, and while this may pose some challenges, overcoming these hurdles can be richly rewarding. So we call it a karmic number. Focus, change, and adaptability. So we always talk about the number of change. You'll hear me talk about that with 13. 13 is the number of change. And anytime something about to go down or we're about to have something that's about to change, the number 13 is going to be the highlight number that takes you into that change. Just pay attention. Pay attention. Okay. So going back to the calculator, we're going to go into things they did with the shooter, Mr. Crooks. So Crooks, right off the bat, we see this 2736. See how the energy, they brought all the energy together at the RNC. 2636, the energy keeps flowing. The firefighter from company 27, RNC 17 and 19, the chaos codes, the kill codes. His name is Thomas Matthew Crooks, 76 and 104, which is relevant because to start a ritual, you need a death. And the death must be significant. So what happened on July the 12th, the day before? We need some good energy to start this ritual off. And on July the 12th, Richard Simmons passed away. July the 12th, Richard Simmons dies right before this ritual. And remember, Richard Simmons dies at 76. He dies at the age of 76. And he died on the 13th. So the day of the ritual, he died. He was born July 12th. One day after his birthday, he died. And he started the ritual. So July 12th. And you can't find any pictures, mysteriously, of Richard Simmons and Donald Trump. And I know growing up as a kid, I've seen Richard Simmons and Donald Trump together. So now all of a sudden there are no pictures. There are no pictures of Richard Simmons and Donald Trump on the internet. I have not seen them. If you got some, please upload them so we can get some pictures of Richard Simmons and Donald Trump when they used to hang out. But right before this ritual, Richard Simmons dies at 76. Thomas Matthews Crooks is 76. Thomas Matthew Crooks is 76. Then we talk about the book of Matthew. Matthew is 27 and 36. Matthew. And we go on to the book of Matthew. Or the Gospels of Matthew. Man, we go in the Gospels at the time. Remember, it's about prophecy. Prince said it's about prophecy. So this is the first book of the New Testament of the Bible and one of the three synoptic gospels. It tells how Israel's Messiah, Jesus, comes to his people, the Jews, but is rejected by them, and how after his resurrection, he sends the disciples to the Gentiles instead. Matthew wishes to emphasize that the Jewish tradition should not be lost to the church that was increasingly becoming Gentile. Okay? The gospel reflects the struggles and conflicts between the evangelist community and other Jews, particularly with its sharp criticism of the scribes and Pharisees, with the position that through the rejection of Christ, the kingdom of God has been taken away from them and given instead to the church. Okay, so remember now, the Jews are waiting on their Messiah this time. This is the idea that this Messiah is coming. The idea, some have said that Trump is the Messiah. But will he be accepted as we move into World War III? We're in World War III, and we're in a situation in Israel. It's been kind of quiet due to our situation politically here, but it is going to ramp up after this election. So let's definitely see how Trump is accepted in Israel, because Trump's idea is no war, world peace. Trump really don't like war, yet he's on the verge of World War III. So can he get out of that? But Trump does want to go to war with the Chinese. Let's just call it what it is, because he really feels he can beat the Chinese, which I don't know where he gets this idea from. But, let's just see how this part plays out based on the Gospel of Matthew and this thing about the Messiah coming, this Messiah coming to the Jews, and who they feel this Messiah is, the person to rescue them from this situation. And who wants to be rescued? Like I say, there's a lot of conflict over there right now, a lot of internal conflict between the different factions of Israelis now. They got a lot of turmoil over there politically. Things to think about. So, some things with Crooks. So they say the days before the shooting, Thomas Matthews Crooks went to a local shooting club and practiced on the range. Crooks is from Bethel Park, Pennsylvania, a little bit outside of Pittsburgh. So Bethel Park is 4455, 44, of course, the kill code. 44 the kill code. Just paying attention to that. Then he used an AR-15, and they always give you the AR. AR is 10 and 17. 17 is the kill code. They said an AR style rifle, 21. That's 18. So AR style. They had said that in one of the reports. 2844 go back to the kill code. And then AR-15 is 25 and 32. But they always give you AR. When you see AR and you've been taught about AR and the AR codes, 10 and 17 is why they like to use AR. They also said that he got 50 rounds, and I saw that in the one story. Let me see if it's in here. The 50 rounds. Crooks went to a local gun shop that day where he brought 50 rounds of 5.56 millimeter ammo. He brought 50 rounds. He also stopped at Home Depot to buy a 5-foot ladder. See, they got to give you everything. The 5-foot ladder. Which is 51, 58. Those are the numbers. It's 5 foot, 25, 21, going right back to what we talked about with the AR-15 code. He got the 50 rounds, which America is 50. America's 50. America's 32. America's 49. See how the rituals coming together, the energy. Everything they pick for this story must match. The energies must match for this to work. The ritual has to have certain energy. We started with a death, we'll end with a death, because somebody's gonna die at the end of this. You gotta open with a death, you close with a death. It's gonna be a significant death as this ritual winds down. All right, so we got Crooks from Bethel Park to 27 and 36. Uh, this happening on day with 33 numerology in Butler. Butler 24 and 39, 78, 84. Butler 78. Donald Trump, how old at this time? This is my Donald Trump stuff. We'll come back to that. But Donald Trump right now, Donald Trump 78 right now, shot in Butler, Butler 78. It was something else I'm going to throw. I put Butler in there, 78. But New York is 33 and 39. Trump pretty much Mr. New York, 39, 33. Trump also New York 78. See how all the New York energy vibrates with the New York guy. Trump 39, 33 picks the 39-year-old born in 1984 J.D. Vance. See how they do it? They keep the energy going. Pick J.D. Vance, 39, New York 39. This is one of his checkerboard brothers. Don't get it twisted. J.D. 5, J.D. 13. The change happening on the 13th. See how the energy keeps going. J.D. 5, the 5-foot ladder. J.D. Vance 23 and 40, 59. So we get 23, we get 40, we get 59 with J.D. Vance 18 and 27. So JD's 18 and he's 27. Got to bring it back to 27. 27 is 3 cubed because we're talking about 3, the magic number right now. Checkerboard love their 3s. And you can do your own research on why they love the 3. But we're bringing it back. Got to keep the energy flowing. Got to keep that energy flowing. His wife's name is Usha. Usha just so happens to be 13 and 23. See how they keeping the energy flowing? 49, Revelation. Revelation is 49. Revelation is 59. See, this everything is spiritual with these guys. Remember, they are deeply spiritual, not religious, spiritual. Remember, different sets do different things. So some sets use the Bible, some sets use the Quran, some sets use the Torah. Hey, they know the books better than you do. They know the prophecies better than you do. They know the book of Solomon. Think about it. Think about the Songs of Solomon. Think about what we're talking about. These ancient secrets that have been passed down for generations. So we got J.D. Vance, Mr. 39-year-old J.D., born in Ohio. Okay? The Marine who did not like Trump at one point. I just want to make that clear for all you folks that don't understand how this wishy-washiness goes with these folks. Okay? All right. So things just to think about when we talk about some of this energy that went into this story. I think we touched on pretty much everything that took place as far as, Crooks, Matthew, everything that kind of tied it back to that number 27 because they wanted us to get back to that number 27. One more thing in this, and I kind of jumped over it. We'll go back. Go back to. So he states right here Sometime before the shooting, crooks searched the internet for both Trump and President Joe Biden, as well as the dates of Trump's rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, and for those in the Democratic National Convention, because he probably was planning on shooting everybody. Sources said he also left a message on the gaming platform Steam in which he said that July the 13th would be my premiere, 13/7. So he already telling you we're going to do something on this ritualistic day. Steam. Steam. I did not look that up. See what numbers we get. Steam gives us 13. I'm going to do something on the 13th. Yeah, like I say, they don't hide. They don't hide very well. They give you one thing you learn. Whatever they give you, take it. Whatever they give you in the story, take it. That's pretty much what it is. Take it. Don't jump over it. Even this picture. A picture is worth 1,000 words. The colors in the picture mean something. Everything in this picture means something. You just got to be looking to see what you see. This is the chief, commander in chief. They're telling you which way this is about to go. Which way is about to go. And right now, with Trump surviving those shots and coming out like 50 Cent surviving those 9 blasts, there's no way in hell Biden stands a chance. He doesn't stand a chance at this point. So this is a ritual also to get to a situation that has not happened in many years, which is a president resigning. So remember, Richard Nixon and the I am not a crook. 40 years ago, Sunday, this article came out November 17th. Then President Richard Nixon first uttered the now infamous phrase, I am not a crook. Nixon made that declaration during a press conference in Orlando, Florida, amid charges related to the Watergate scandal. Remember Watergate? But I am not a crook was his statement. Now we got crooks who was planning on shooting everybody with two crooks. Biden and Trump are two crooks. Both of them call them dirty stuff. I am not a crook. It's 54 and 72. So we're talking about that energy. 54 has been a number that's been used a lot, used a great deal. Biden, who's in this story, 25, 29, going back to prophecy. Trump, who's in this story, 25 and 29. See how everything kind of, Trump 47, the number foundation. But those energies with Biden and Trump go together. They're like frickin' frack. Foundation 47. So anytime you see 47, Euclid's 47 problem. We talk about the number of foundation. 52, prophecy is a number of foundation. These are numbers of foundation. Sacrifice is 4662. So remember, right now, Biden is the sacrifice. He's number 46. He was chosen to be sacrificed. And his ritual is going to be the shaming ritual that Nixon went through. I am not a crook. I am not a crook. So Nixon left on 8/9. If we go to Nixon, and I caught Bill Maher saying this. The following morning, August 9th, Nixon submitted a signed letter of resignation to the Secretary of State, Henry Kissinger, becoming the only U.S. president to resign from office. And the vice president took over at that point. So Bill Maher has stated that on 8/9 might be the day that Biden resigns. So from July 13th, let's do our numbers here. So from July 13th, the day of the shooting, and we're going to go from the day of the shooting to 8/9, make sure we get this right, is approximately how many? 27 days. And that will end the ritual on 8/9. And then on 8/10, somebody's going to die. Somebody important is going to die on 8/10 around that time, because you must close this ritual with a death. So 8/9 will be the shaming ritual for Joe Biden. We'll close out Joe that way. And 8/10 or 8/11, you'll see this death of this person to close out this ritual. And it's going to tie into 27, the night commander number. It's going to tie into that number, the night commander. Remember, there's the number of change and spiritual change that Trump is going through after surviving this shooting. Now he's in a moment of clarity for the country. Like I said, chaos will give you the order after we create the chaos. Thus, the order out of chaos committee. Okay, so a lot of things to look towards as we move and continue to move through this ritual. They gave you a lot with the 27. They gave you a lot with J.D. Vance. They're showing you how the energy's tied. They gave you a lot with Richard Simmons beginning the ritual. Now we got to see who's going to end this ritual. Okay? And I think we hit on pretty much everything. More to come as far as what's going to happen on 8-9. You know, if it gets to 8-9, but I'm looking at 8-9 now that 27 continues to flow and it will flow into 8-9. So that's what we're looking at with the changing of the guard as we go to Trump becoming the next president again. Now, like I said, at any time Trump might say something if Kamala's on the mound and say something crazy. It could happen. But right now, Kamala will become the first female president, but that'll be her lining history. Trump will be number 48 if that happens. So 40, when we talk about this Project 2025, I want people to think about what they're saying. I mean, it should be real simple why they keep saying Project 2025, Project 2025, Project 2025. They keep saying the same thing over and over again. So, Project. Here's 3339. Trump 3339 with the New York piece tied in on a day with 33. And 2025 is 42 and 48. But think, if you take 20 and 20, if you add 2 and 2, you get 4 and 9. So it's Project 9, which is 42 and 48. See, it still comes together that way, 42 and 48. So Project 9 can mean anything. We don't know. Remember, 42 is the number of the first when it comes to black folk. Could we be headed in the Kamala presidency? That's something still to watch out, because at any time, Trump can say something stupid, but also that 48, 42 and 48, meaning Kamala the first turning it over to 48, which is going to be Trump. Trump will be 48. That's just how the cookie's going to crumble. Cookie's going to crumble that way. Okay. And it could be 20 plus 25, which is 45. Project 45, Trump was the 45th president. Remember, Donald Trump is the 45th president. So he's number 45. So it could roll out that way. A lot of ways they can play this Project 45 piece that we need to watch out for. So I think we hit everything on the head. 45th president, there we go. We got our Nixon piece with the 8-9 as a possible day for Joe to kind of let it go. And the Joe stuff is sad. I mean, they're all a part of the same hypocrisy and ritual. But at the end of the day, that's elderberries. You don't do that to. And we all got people in our family with dementia. You don't want to mistreat people like that. This man is incapable of being in charge of anything. After a while, it's going to get worse. And to have people like Joy Reid, in videos saying if a person has a coma, she'll vote for him. And then telling our own people that logically that makes sense is the problem with us as a people. And I'm talking about my people, people of color, black people. That's our problem, that we vote with no common sense whatsoever. And sometimes the best thing to do is not vote. Just stay the fuck out. I'm not voting for anybody. It's my right. That's what it means to have the right to vote. Not the right to do dumb shit with the right to vote. And you see a lot of that dumb shit being done by people of color because they still had that slave mentality that this is how you supposed to vote. Because Massa say we supposed to vote over here. No, you supposed to vote for somebody who is worthy of your vote. If you don't feel either person is worthy, don't vote for anybody. That's what I'm going to do. I'm not going to vote for anybody. So always cherish your right to do a thing. You just don't got to do it because everybody says you have to do it. I tell them, go to fucking hell. It's my fucking right, not yours. Mr. Mahdi, Back Road Ministry, peace and hair grease.